Hello JK friends, and welcome to Making Jazzy Gumbo with Miss Cox. Welcome back to my home, and today, welcome to my kitchen. Now, some of you I may have seen in a small group earlier playing some instruments. We had a great time talking about music today, and there's a very special kind of music that actually was invented, created where I'm from, where my family lives now.
Listen, Lars, listen. Oh, it's jazz music. It was born here. She done it.
Just so you know, JK friends, you're going to see a lot of clips from Princess and the Frog during this video. It is one of my favorite Disney movies. It's set where I am from, and let's be honest, Tiana is an amazing princess and a gumbo-making queen. Okay, let's continue. I've told you some of this before, but I live very, very far away from here, way down south, on the very bottom edge, not all the way to the coast, on the very bottom edge of our country, in a state called Louisiana. Now, I'm not from South Louisiana. I say that because there's a big difference in the north half of our state and the southern half of our state. And the food that we're going to be making today is technically considered a food from the southern part of our state. And I am in no way considered Cajun, like at all.
Pardon me, but your accent, it's funny, no?
Oh, I'm a Cajun, bro. Born and bred in the bayou. Y'all must be new around here, huh?
Actually, we are from a place far, far away from this world.
Go to bed. Y'all from Shreveport?
No, I'm not from Shreveport, but I am from about an hour east of there on I-20. But you know what is great about Louisiana is we share all the music, we share the food, we share the traditions, even if it may be bigger or done a little differently in a different part of the state, and I'm very proud of where I'm from and that I get to share in all those things. So what better idea than to share something that I love so much with you so that you could maybe love it too? And what can I say? I'm really excited to make some gumbo with you guys. Either way, JK friends, thank you for joining me this recess, and let's get started. And what is more magical than a massive list of kitchen tools and ingredients that you will need to make gumbo? Honestly, if you want a real list, just ask your adults to email me. Something that everyone here will need, however, is to wash their hands. And guys, you should be professionals at this by now. Remember, all we gotta do is scrub for 20 seconds. Let's do it. Good to go. Now, gumbo does have a lot of preparation, mainly chopping up ingredients. Now, this is a part that an adult will have to do for you, unless you're practicing using some kitchen tools. Today, I'm chopping up celery, onions, a green bell pepper, okra, and andouille sausage. Let's get started because we got a long way to go.
Step aside, mister. Watch and learn.
Actually, JK friends, chopping vegetables is one of my favorite things to do while cooking. I tell people this all the time. You just have to find ways to make prep work fun. You can probably notice in this video that I'm dancing around and singing. There is always music blasting whenever I'm cooking. So maybe you should try playing some jazz in your kitchen the next time you're cooking with your family. I've already cut up some celery and a bell pepper, and now I'm going to chop up this onion. JK friends, there is something special about these three vegetables when they are put together. Did you know that in Cajun cooking, these three vegetables together are simply called the Trinity? There are two kinds of food from Louisiana. One is Creole and one is Cajun, and people get them mixed up a lot, but an easy way to tell if it's a Cajun dish is to see if the Trinity is inside of it. So check for those three vegetables. JK friends, if you've never seen this vegetable before, it is called okra. Or, if you know it in French, it's called gumbo. Now, wait a second. Isn't gumbo the soup that we're making? Yes. Gumbo, like a lot of food from Louisiana, is a blend of African, French, a little bit of Gaelic, some Native American, and Spanish cuisines all mixed together to make a delicious pot of, well, it's not really a stew, it's not really a soup. I mean, it's just gumbo. So we have to have this kind of gumbo, aka okra, to go inside it. I love okra, especially when it's fried. At this point, JK friends, I really needed a Diet Coke break. We've been chopping a lot, and there's more to go. And it's time for the andouille sausage. Oh, JK friends, this is my favorite part of my gumbo. Now, I know here in Chicago, people really love Italian sausage, or they like Polish, like kielbasa type stuff like that. However, andouille is a smoked chicken sausage that we use a lot where I'm from. Ooh, and trust me, gumbo just does not taste the same with the other kinds in it. If you're ever going to try this recipe, please try to find some andouille. Don't worry, it's at Jewel, it's at Trader Joe's, it's everywhere you could imagine. We're also going to be putting some chicken, yep, chicken, into our gumbo today. Don't worry guys, I roasted this one yesterday, and then I shredded it up, so we'll add that in later. Oh, it's going to be so good.
Here's a little something to help you get started. Daddy's gumbo pot.
Except we're just going to use Miss Cox's Dutch oven. So we'll put it on the stove, turn on low heat, and it is time to make the first part of gumbo, which is the roux. Now, JK friends, if you don't know what a roux is, it's actually pretty simple. It's just equal parts of flour and fat. I have olive oil, so that's what I'm using. Here we go. When you first mix your roux together, it looks like this. It's pretty light, there might be some bubbles, but when you keep stirring, it gets a little bit darker. And you keep stirring, and it gets even darker. And after about an hour of stirring, it looks like melted chocolate. And that's the right color for adding in vegetables. And we'll add the Trinity first. Here it goes. And then give it a little stir. Now, because I roasted that chicken yesterday, I'm actually going to soup up, no pun intended, my chicken stock that we're going to put in our gumbo. I'm going to go ahead and boil the leftover bones and pieces of the chicken that I didn't use in my chicken stock. Oh, guys, don't waste those precious bones. There is so much flavor in there. It's going to be so good. I also went ahead and put some sausage in the pan, and then I added it into the pot. I just like the way it makes it taste. And I did the same thing to the okra, but you put the okra in the pan because it keeps it from getting sticky when you add it into the gumbo. Give it a stir. And now it's time to pour in the chicken stock. This is really going to change the way our gumbo looks. Check it out. And it's spice time, my favorite. I'm gonna throw in a little bit of garlic. Oh, and JK friends, you should know, I don't really measure things when I cook. Some things, like baking, you have to be really exact, but when I make my gumbo, I just kind of put in the right amounts of what I would want it to taste like. I'm gonna add in some bay leaves. Usually I do 3. Some salt. And some Tonys. Sure, why not? And like I said, friends, this is how I like it to taste, so I add Zatarain's crab boil into mine. What can I say? I like things extra spicy. And now we can add in our chicken. I'm also going to add a couple of cups of water into the pot, just to fill it up a little bit more and break up some of those big flavors we had from the stock and the root. Here's what it looks like before we cover it up. Once we put the lid on, guys, we have to wait a whole hour, but it'll be worth it. Now that the lid's on, we'll just have to find some ways to pass the time. You could eat a snack, read a book, play a song, maybe edit a video for your JK friends. I don't know, guys. Pick your passion. Although at some point, you should go to the kitchen and make a pot of rice.
Gumbo smells good, Tiana.
I think it's going, Daddy.
Yeah, are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely positive.
Yes.
Okay, I'm about to put this spoon in my...
Wait! Done.
And it looks like ours is done too. Oh, guys, look how amazing. Grab a bowl of rice, and you can spoon it right on top. And don't forget to add the Tabasco.
Hey, everybody, I made gumbo.
I got some hush puppies, Tiana. Here come. You know, the thing about good food, it brings folks together from all walks of life. It warms them right up and it puts little smiles on their faces.
That's really the reason I wanted to make this, is yes, we got to talk about jazz and all these different kinds of music today in our small group meetings, but these are the things that while we're spending so much time with our families, we get to really think about the stuff that's so special about where we're from. I don't know, maybe your family has something special that they cook that maybe is your favorite thing. Maybe you have certain foods that you like to have together, like me with Diet Coke and gumbo. I don't know what they are, but if you want to try making the food that I love, that's great for you. If you feel like sharing a food or a recipe you love with me, even better. I love trying food from different states, different countries. Honestly, JK friends, the whole time that I've been spending so much time at home, I've been cooking a lot because one of my favorite things is to try new recipes. And I'm actually about to be part of a recipe exchange where I'm sending my gumbo recipe to some of my friends that live very far away. So if you have a favorite recipe, or maybe you don't even know if there's something like that in your family, you should take time and ask the people you live with and say, what is something so special that I can maybe watch you make, or if you're up for a challenge, help them cook. Honestly, you guys can handle so much, and I know you can be master chefs if you take on this challenge. JK friends, thank you so much for joining me for making Jazzy Gumbo today during recess. And I really think the only way to end this is to just dance it out, so here's a jam to end this video.